Finally,
Morning, morning.
finally.
Thank you for having me. I hope I'm not looking too ugly for the gram. Oh.
No, why would you say so?
Well, I'm not strikingly handsome anyway. And
No,
this
no,
is
no, no,
social
no.
media.
You're just
Before
perfect
they
the way
give me
you
some
are.
social bashing. Thank you very much.
Calm
Merci,
down.
merci beaucoup, mon chef. Merci.
Bienvenue, oui. Okay, so
De rien, de
I
rien.
actually wait. So I actually invited you here because since you were the winner of the Speak French challenge, I just decided, okay, why don't we just have a quick chat together? Tell me about your
Okay.
experience with the French language so far, because I know you're a beginner, and I took interest in the fact that you
Yes.
were consistent with the challenge, right?
Yes, I
Even
was.
despite the fact
Yes, I
that you
was.
were not too good, but like you were just
Yeah.
so confident, consistent, like
Yes,
you
I
didn't
was.
care whether
Yes,
you
I was.
were making mistakes or not, and I really like that. I really did like that.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me
Okay.
just give you the audience then. Tell us about yourself. Also your interest with the French language.
Okay, thank you very
Or your
much.
background.
First off, let me start by saying my names are, it's a very, very funny name. I have a very crazy name.
They
I think
sound
I might have
Chinese
said it to you, or
actually.
was
They
it?
sound Chinese.
Yes, it is. Yes, exactly. So my names are Chang Kel Chang. Chang
Wow.
for short. Like if you're going to go with my name, you might twist your tongue or cut your tongue. I don't know why my parents decided to humiliate me this way, but it's a delightful humiliation because everywhere I go, it makes me kind of, I actually went to pay for a rug one particular day and I did a transfer and the person in charge of the shop wasn't there. So he had to run outside. I'm like, was there a chinko in my shop? And when he saw me, he was so disappointed. Like, and I'm like, Sha, what were you expecting? I'm black Chinese, come
What is
on.
with your
So
mindset?
I was
A Chinese
I
guy.
was born and bred. I'm not Chinese, I'm Nigerian to the core, Nigerian blood. So
Okay.
I was born and bred in Lagos, and my interest with French, yes. How it all started, it began with a friend, a colleague who I consider like a brother.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he was speaking German. And I'm like, dude, how did you do this? And he said that he started with an app called Duolingo, and
Okay.
he has been, and he had plans to travel out of the country, precisely to Germany, to further his educations and to masters, as in his medicine and everything. And I was very inspired. Like I consider myself equally as brilliant as he is. So I
Okay.
felt, come on, if this guy could speak German in a year or so, he first learned with Duolingo for like 3 months. He was consistent, and
Wow.
then he decided to go for trained classes. Like he paid for it. Sure, you
Oh,
understand? And then
yeah.
that inspired me. Given also with the fact that I have intentions to go into politics in the future, and I'm
Okay.
looking at politics in a larger scale. Like I want to be able to speak at least three international languages.
Wow.
Uh, Looking at French,
Yeah.
German, and Mandarin.
Oh,
And the reason
nice.
I decided to start with French because in my secondary school days I was killing it, even though I never really did know it as such. But I
Mm-hmm.
scored A's because that was where it was easy for me to pick up with the parler. I knew that was talk with écrivez, that is
Yeah.
it. And then I had to, like that.
Yeah.
I could construct, what really helped was the conjugations of verbs because I knew how to conjugate from secondary school. So those things just
Okay.
really gave me the moral boost to continue.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not been as faithful as my friend per se. So yes, I have been. Today is going to be my day 453 on Duolingo,
Wow.
and it's day 453. And I wouldn't say that it's day 43. It's like I just go in. If you know the app very well, I go into the
Yeah.
app just to register the day by taking one class and then I run out because it's always very, very busy and hectic for me.
Okay.
Just to
Yeah.
register because before day 443, before they started counting, I started keeping a consistent tab with my days. I had
Yeah.
done 100 day before,
Okay.
but because I missed like a day, so it wiped out.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
So
Yeah.
I started all over. So I
All
can,
over again.
as well say I have 500. I can as well say I have
500
553
plus.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's since like 2 years ago I started. I went to service last year, so it was the
Okay.
year before last I started, and I just some days I would be crazy. I would just go like 1 hour at a stretch or 2 hours. But from looking at the 500 days I've spent, I would say
Yeah.
those days I can say that just were just like a month, just like 30 days. So
Yeah.
I have not been very committed because, like you can see, I'm a music producer. I'm
I
currently in the studio.
see.
In fact, I
Yeah.
had to attend an artist like that. So I have been very caught up in other things. I
Yeah.
learn other things aside from French.
It's
But all in
actually,
all,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
am very
continue.
interested in learning French. And when I chanced upon you, and then you came up with the challenge, I actually have been looking because at some certain point I put it on my status that, hey, oh, is there anybody that speaks, I want to be speaking, but then I was trying to learn Spanish,
Spanish.
French,
Oh,
and
okay.
one other language at the same time, but
Yeah.
I felt it was unrealistic, so I decided to go with French alone.
French.
So I was looking for any companion, but nobody was really available. My friend was focused on German, so I came online. I tried to listen to some YouTube music in French. The best I could do was Awilo, and all I was hearing was, uh, okay. It was recently I even understood that what he was saying when he said. Euh, euh, il- Tu es sucré partout, tu es sucré derrière, tu
Oh
es sucré
yes,
devant. Je
we.
ne peux pas malaise. And I'm like,
Now
oh,
the meaning is now like
uh,
coming.
this is a bad boy. This is a bad. Yeah. So, but I felt good. I was able. In fact, yesterday, a
Yeah.
colleague, a brother gave me a song by one particular lady, Deborah Lucalu, and it was like, listen to her. She's French, and as he was
Yeah.
listening, I said, okay, these are the lyrics. It was like, Jesus est puissant. That means Jesus is powerful. So I
Okay.
was able to, some I had to
Get the
taking
meaning.
my cue from you taking from my cue from you. Some I had to go and check before. I was so determined that it was Duolingo that was going to give me all the vocabularies.
At
But ever
all.
since you said if I don't, so ever since you said if I don't know it, I should go and check. I started
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
So I realized that I was just being lazy. Also, I was looking for an excuse to be lazy.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I would look up a word, and then somebody chatted me after the challenge. His
Oh
name is
really?
Kishore from India. In fact, he did a video call with me yesterday while I
Wow.
was eating amala, and I was wondering, tu
Oh,
tu
that's
es
nice.
tu 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 connais amala, le repas Afrique populaire avec Awon Yoruba. I don't mind me. I was just being silly
You were just
anyways.
parlaying
But
anyhow. I like that.
rubbish. My own is just that I was looking for someone to talk with and
Yeah.
someone to chat with. So
Yeah.
we exchanged numbers and we've been chatting in French ever since. I had a client who was learning French. She's even far better than me because
Wow.
she went for paid classes. I think they have
Yeah.
all these A1,
A1,
A2,
A2. Yeah.
B1,
Different
B.
levels.
Yeah. So that was what she did. And when she was talking, I was basically talking at times half her speed, or she was talking times three my speed. Anyways, so she'd be
Wow.
like, tu parles français bien. And my producer my studio engineer was the one that told her that Chang is learning French, and I'm like, je try
You
a
try.
little. So,
And
but I
you
was
know,
able to hit it up.
yeah, the fact that
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I can hear
you
you.
have someone who can speak, right, and is interested in speaking, that helps too. So as
Dex,
you're making efforts to speak, the person there is, helping you out, correcting you. That way you learn faster,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
That,
Exactly.
that's
And that was the more reason why I latched on to the challenge, because I'd actually been following you, but I'd not been seeing some video content from you. And I actually it didn't really, because, okay, I was
yeah.
taking some vocal lessons. I was
Okay.
taking some vocal lessons from a colleague who trains people vocally, which I was
Okay.
paying for anyway. So
Yeah.
when I chanced upon you, I now told him, okay, oh, it seems like I might have to switch because I've been taking my vocal lessons for like a year. I started
Oh,
um yes, I started August last year, so I had to end it last month so that I don't really have much funds. I'm not big on funds. Though I'm supposed to be a big boy, but Jesus is Lord. I'll be getting there very soon. So I was not like,
very
okay,
soon.
oh, let me switch from the vocal payment, like let me switch platforms now. So that was the idea. That was how I
Yeah.
was like, first of all, let me get my opportunity. And that's just going to focus me on, I just needed someone to be able to talk to, and I feel that's what I would get with you.
Yeah.
Hence, When you now said this is what the challenge has to offer, I just decided to
Jump on it.
let, yeah, something like that. And I am always, one thing about me is, once I'm learning stuff, I'm not shy, I'm not ashamed, I'm not abashed, I go all out.
That's a very, good quality for a learner. In any skill you actually want to, learn, you just need to be open-minded. You just need to have that, the attitude of a child, ready to learn, ready to make mistakes.
Exactly,
Yeah,
the childish attitude. Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It has been very, very helpful thus far. Yes, yeah. So
That's quite interesting.
it's with that heart I jumped on the challenge and was ready to, you know, suck your blood in every way I can. And then I went
Yeah.
after the day one. You posted two other people and they were so mind blowing. And I think somehow I ended up on your YouTube page and I saw
Oh,
where you were, where you were prank calling a friend, and
yes.
I was just amazed at how smooth and fast you were. And your friend, I was thinking she was going to be like me, who was going to be je ne le pas le papa. And she was fast. I'm like, no, I want this. Someone should be prank calling me. No, and I was odd. Plus the fact that when I heard,
Yeah.
was it Temi or Tedola in Citations?
Yes, yes,
Like,
that movie. She spoke French too.
wow! So this, no, this Ajabota can speak French. Lord, this life is not fair. It's not fair. And she cannot have it all now. Do something new in my life. And then it was more, it made me to want to do it more. So I was
Yeah.
and it was so mind blowing because Kunle Afolayan is someone, because I also do a little film productions
Acting?
on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not acting. I'm more like though I am actually pushing myself. It's been for me, being a I'm doing two things
Producer.
kind of now. Being a
Yeah.
music producer alongside being a movie director or a
Okay.
short film director. And let's
Okay.
just say politics on the long run, then that's making language experts coming on the side.
Mm,
Now, being a music
okay.
producer, I'm supposed to know how to play the piano, which I do very well. I'm supposed to know how to play. I play seven instruments anyway, and then
Okay.
I can, I can sing to a certain degree, and
Okay.
then I also expect a music producer to be able to, do some mixing of his own mastering. So basically, in this line of the business, there are different facets to it. If you need a pianist, you have to call a pianist. But I feel as a music producer, you should be everything in one. The same thing too with a
Okay.
movie director. I feel as a movie director, you
Yeah.
should be able to shoot photographs, you should be able to do cinematographies, you should be able to act. So that when you want to tell the cinematographer, this is what I want you, this is what I want to get. This is how
Mm-hmm.
I want you to shoot it. This is how I want the photography to be. This is how I
Yeah.
want the acting to be. Because you can do all those things. So
Yeah.
that's why
You
when
have
you
the
said acting,
different
I would.
skills relating to your,
You
domain and
get,
stuff.
you are like a coach of a football team. You should
Yeah.
also know how to play the
You
ball.
know what
Though
you're
some
doing.
coaches don't
Yeah.
know how to play, but
Yeah.
majority of them. So let's just say, um, how did I? What was I even saying before I diverted? Like, okay, movie directing, blah, blah, blah. Kulia for Lion. So when I saw
Yeah.
him and I saw how he produced that movie, it just took me, and I was like, God, of this, I was more pumped. I was more, and then when you were speaking, I'm like, angry. I'm angry. No, you know it
What?
too well, and it felt like you learnt it. It didn't feel like you were born there, and you were good.
Of
That I
course
didn't know
I
it
learned
like
it
you,
on.
and I want to know it like you.
That's why when I saw your videos, I was like, no, 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 no. I have to give this guy a thumbs up. I need to motivate this guy. Like, he needs to get to the end of this challenge. And you actually did. Like, wow,
You
that's
did.
impressive. Well
You.
done. Yeah, I did.
I was bent on seeing it to the.
Yes, you said so. You said so. You wanted to get to the end. You wanted to get to the end.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So then
So that's good.
your encouragement made me much more easier, and it even
Sure.
made me look forward to registering under you and learning with and from you.
I still owe you your the free class, the free session.
You said?
Yeah,
Pardon? I didn't
yeah,
get that.
sure. Free session of the giveaway challenge.
Jesus, you love me too much.
What's wrong?
Oh,
We chose
yeah.
between the 5K and the free session. You prefer the free session, so why not?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, we'll talk about that maybe after
I had a
the
French
session,
teacher before this,
the live
which
session.
was
Yeah.
online on WhatsApp. She added me
Glad to
to
have you
she
here.
added me to okay.
You were saying something.
Yes, I said I had a French teacher. You know, I remember I told you I had a French teacher, but
Yeah.
she was not kind and patient. And the day I got really
Oh,
offended was when I I asked her what's color yellow, and she responded
okay.
like I was bugging her. And I felt like, even though I know I didn't pay much, even though I know I people pay
Oh, network is really,
them,
yeah.
when they ask me question, it is my obligation and duty to answer with a smile beautifully, or don't give them this feeling that
Yeah. I don't care.
just the WhatsApp group and
Attitude, right?
everything with that teacher. Even the person that was
Network
taking
is
me
really hard.
vocals, was just like you. You know, when I do something, even though I know that it's not up to par, he'll be like, you can do better, but this was fantastic. Like, you know, and I'm
You
like,
just need
wait,
to
I didn't
appreciate the
just, it wasn't,
student. Yeah.
he just didn't feel like
Network
a
is really
teacher
hard.
to me. He felt like a coach. He felt like a mentor. That's exactly what I wanted. And I was glad paying him, even at some times when it wasn't feeling convenient. I made sure that I didn't discourage him, and by making sure that my payment was consistent. But
Yeah.
that's the point. The point is his attitude was warming.
Yeah.
So when you came on board and you felt the same way, I'm like, well, we are seeing this to the end, though. And I'm glad this is the end. I'm glad I'm at the end of the rope with you now.
Nice, nice. Okay, so it's good to have you here. I'll try to like save the video so others can also, enjoy the discussion we had.
Okay. No problem. No
All
problem.
right.